What's good, y'all? I'm gonna show you guys how I do my facial. I call it the Rodriguez Deluxe. So I do use Bio Element facial products. In it, it has a flash foam cleanser, and I'm gonna show you basically in order that I'm gonna do it. And then it has an equalizer spray. It's just a facial toner, of course, the actual scrub, and then moisture at the end. So to begin, I already heated up my facial steamer. What we're gonna do is grab a neck strip, and then it has like a little knot right here, so basically tie this around and try to get this to cover where the steam is gonna come out of. And the reason why I do that is because I'm gonna grab an essential oil and really pick whichever one. I like going with more of like a citrus, so I'm gonna put an oil, or an orange I mean. Put a few drops right there. I put a lot. And then you actually turn on the steam, so when it is blowing in the client's face, they get a nice aroma. Put it at least like 24 inches so it's not too hot. And I always ask my client if they're able to breathe, or if it's hard for them to breathe at all. Is it hard to breathe at all? Or
no, I'm good.
Comfortable?
I'm good.
Comfortable? Okay. So once they say they're good, we'll put a few more drops. I really want it to smell. Before you start any facial, you're always going to want to sanitize. And I almost forgot. Put a towel just to protect the cave. And also put another one right there just if I need to wipe something off. And I'm going to start with the flash foam. Just point it or put it in main points of the face. Right here. And then I use the hand massager just to clean the whole face. Make sure everything's clean before we do the facial. Before we get deep into the pores. Like I said, this is just a basic cleanse. To take off the facial foam, I'm going to use a hot towel. Make sure to just rinse it out. Make sure that there's no water, because it will burn your client. It's not comfortable when it's too wet. Then you test it on your wrist to make sure it isn't too hot. Once it's good right there, put it on. Kind of press it for a second. The equalizer, or the skin hydrating facial toner, and I always warn them it's going to be a mist. I cover their eyes just in case they don't have it fully closed. And then I basically just give it a couple mists. And I also get my fingers, because I'm going to massage it in and it gets real dry, so I want my fingers to be moist. And then for the actual scrub, I'm going to put it on just the main points of the face so it's evenly spread out. And then since it is in a container, you always want to use some type of disposable object to like dispense the product. You never want to use your finger because you are going to contaminate it. and that will just spread to your next client. So if I use this side, I'm gonna use the other side, apply. Then I got my handy little tool that actually is mechanical and it brushes it for us. Put it on the high speed and basically just massage, you know, the scrub in. You never want to have a massage to be too deep because you will end up irritating the skin. So just go over it a considerable amount of times. I'm gonna grab a hot towel. For this hot towel, I like to grab just a cool smelling aftershave, nothing too powerful, and just kind of mist down the towel so they do have another scent. And then once again, test on your wrist, make sure it's not too hot. Apply it. Make sure the nose isn't fully covered and they can breathe. Put a little bit right there. And I'm gonna go back to the essential oil. Drop a little scent close to the nose so they can smell that. And I grab the facial massager again. I'm just gonna give them a cool massage under the towel. Yeah. Then just gonna remove this. You flap it right here, wipe, and then bring the non-dirty side to their forehead. Let it sit there and you hold it in the middle and you use each side for each side of the face. So this side being this side being this side. And just wipe off all the residual product. You don't want any more on there, of course. I try to be pretty gentle just because the towel sometimes could be rough. You always have some moisture and close the pores back up. So what I do, I use 24 karat masks, and what this does is just hydrates the skin. It's a fancy way of putting on lotion. Looks like flubber or what? The mask. So drop it on here, and generally it doesn't fit on the client's face perfectly, so you do gotta customize it. With this model, it actually fits very good, so I don't have to do any types of cutting, but we're just gonna let that sit there. I do it for a couple minutes. Then after a couple minutes, I'm just gonna remove the mask. Throw that away. Then I'm gonna actually apply just a tiny bit of the moisture. This is the lotion right there to finish it off. Make their skin look good and hydrated as well. And then with this, you never want to wipe it as well. You always just want to pat it up until it disappears. So I do a little kind of tap massage thing into it. This is generally when my clients laugh and it's awkward, but we're just gonna pat this in. Lift my client back up.
I feel like I woke up from a nap.
Alright, let's see what I'm doing. So that completes how I perform my facial services. The materials are pretty basic. All you need is a facial steamer, some hot towels, some products. The purpose of this, of course, is to exfoliate the face and to deep cleanse. So we went in there, we did that. His face is all clean, and we got him looking all nice and glowy and shiny. His skin should feel really soft, and it looks and it feels great. So those are my steps right there. If you do have any questions on why I did certain things or any products that I did use, go ahead, leave them in the comments. And thanks to Lil Bro for being the model. And Mom's behind the camera.
Be cool.
It should be shooting.